It's been cordial. He has been open to suggestions. And the main thing that I've tried to transmit is that there's a difference between governing and campaigning.
In a recent public display, former President Donald Trump responded vehemently to a harsh critique from his predecessor, Barack Obama. Obama's pointed comments were triggered by Trump's recent conviction, igniting a firestorm of reactions from Trump, who took to social media and public statements to express his discontent. This latest exchange emphasizes the persistent rivalry between these two political figures, highlighting the ongoing tensions and deep divisions that permeate the American political arena.
I have no more campaigns to run. My only agenda, I know because I won both of them.
Former President Barack Obama shared his views on his successor Donald Trump during a recent podcast appearance. Obama acknowledged that he was surprised by the Republican Party's lack of restraint, which allowed Trump to take control of the party. However, Obama noted that Trump's behavior was not entirely unexpected, as those familiar with his background in New York City are aware that he is not regarded as a credible figure there. Obama explained that Trump's conduct during his campaign and throughout his career has been consistently the same, without any substantial changes. The former president pointed out that in New York, where Trump comes from, no one engages in business with him or is willing to provide him with financial support, as he is not seen as a reliable individual. While Obama expressed surprise at Trump's electoral victory, he was not caught off guard by the former president's actions, including his praise for Russian President Vladimir Putin. The episode of the Smartless podcast featuring Obama, President Joe Biden, and former President Bill Clinton was recorded in March 2019. The former U.S. President Donald Trump relocated his official residence from New York to his Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach, Florida. This move came shortly after a New York civil fraud trial found him guilty of overvaluing his company's assets for years to secure loans and cut deals, resulting in a $355 million penalty ordered by Judge Arthur Engoron. Concurrently, Trump is facing a hush money trial in the city, where prosecutors aim to present compelling evidence to support testimony from Michael Cohen, a key witness whom the defense has labeled a liar. Despite these legal challenges, some Republican Party members have expressed their admiration for Russian President Vladimir Putin, even going so far as to claim that his intelligence surpasses that of U.S. intelligence agencies, a view that former President Obama found surprising but not unexpected. As the trial unfolds, the outcome could potentially make history, as it could lead to the first ever criminal conviction of a sitting or former U.S. president.
Warrior Creed, your devotion for us, Jerusalem is not just the heart of three great religions on the southern half of this peninsula. Replace chasms of distrust and the internet, then you will gain momentum, terminating the diversity, and diversity.
The former president's inner circle, including his 2016 campaign team and White House staff, have all corroborated key elements of the Manhattan District Attorney's case. The evidence, including bank records, emails, and a recorded conversation, indicates that Trump was aware of a plan to silence individuals with damaging information before the election, and that he participated in covering up the payment made to a porn star. A 12-member jury found Trump guilty of illegally falsifying business records to conceal his reimbursement to his lawyer for the hush money paid to the porn star Stormy Daniels regarding an alleged sexual encounter in 2006. While the jury's deliberations are confidential, the verdict is likely to be appealed by Trump. The former president's lawyer, Michael Cohen, testified that the reimbursement payments were falsely recorded as legal fees in Trump's family real estate company's books.
Spain really talk about the Nazis, this Russia thing with Trump, Ghana, Guinea, Namibia, Kenya, and Tanzania. It's great to be back in Missouri.
Following the captivating presidency of Barack Obama, renowned for his balanced eloquence and impeccable spelling, we now face the stark contrast of Donald Trump's time in office. This dramatic shift is evident in Trump's frequent struggles to articulate even the most basic words in his native language. This is not an isolated incident, but a recurring problem that permeates his written, spoken, and reading abilities, often resembling the language skills of a young child.
Ulysses S. Grant Cassandra Pourland, and God bless the United States. So I have the best words. But there's no better.
Trump's online presence primarily occurs on Truth Social, driven by an apparent need to stay engaged in digital discourse. His posts vary widely, making it challenging to distinguish his personal content from the work of his advisors. Researchers have analyzed Trump's language to differentiate between his tweets and those written by his team. Trump's tweets often exhibit a chaotic nature, with errors and a lack of standard grammar and vocabulary. In contrast, the content drafted by his aides tends to be more polished and adheres to conventional linguistic norms, though they may occasionally include a misspelled word or awkward phrase to maintain an air of authenticity. The disarray in Trump's language has led some to speculate about his cognitive health, scrutinizing his tweets and speeches for potential signs of dementia. This concern is significant given his increasing difficulty in communicating clearly, as it suggests that his thoughts may be as disorganized as his writing, potentially indicating a serious crisis.
The first one to say this, Dana. We've had many people over the years, for many, many years, saying the same thing. This is a country where we speak English, not Spanish.
Interestingly, a few years back, Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, made contentious and undeniably biased comments, ardently urging everyone in the country to use English exclusively, disregarding all other languages. This stark contrast highlights the irony of our current predicament, as the United States has long been celebrated for its cultural diversity and linguistic richness. Trump's comments were seen by many as a blatant attempt to marginalize and disenfranchise non-English speaking communities, particularly those of immigrant and minority backgrounds. His insistence on the exclusive use of English was perceived as a narrow-minded and exclusionary stance, at odds with the foundational principles of the nation, which has historically been a melting pot of cultures and languages. The irony lies in the fact that the United States has been built upon the contributions of people from all over the world, each bringing their unique linguistic and cultural identities. The diversity of languages spoken in the country has been a source of strength, fostering cross-cultural understanding, enhancing economic opportunities, and enriching the social fabric of the nation. Nevertheless, Trump's divisive rhetoric struck a chord with a segment of the population, tapping into underlying fears and resentments towards the changing demographics and social dynamics of the country. This episode serves as a sobering reminder of the enduring challenges faced in maintaining a balanced and inclusive approach to language and cultural diversity, even at the highest levels of government. The contrast between Trump's narrow-minded stance and the inherent pluralism of the United States underscores the importance of embracing and celebrating the country's linguistic diversity rather than attempting to suppress it. As the nation continues to evolve, it is crucial that policymakers and citizens alike uphold the principles of equality, respect, and inclusion, ensuring that the unique linguistic and cultural identities of all Americans are recognized and valued.
Clip makes me proud to live in the United States. And I know a lot of what happened, they had the haters going, oh, does Trump have dentures? Was his mouth dry? Did Russia attack his tongue? No. Trump just came up with a better word for the country, and he used it.
While Trump may have been fervently advocating for English-based policies, it seems his own linguistic abilities could use some refinement. It's quite comical, as Trump certainly possesses a way with words, but it's certainly not the English language. Brace yourself for a dose of silliness as we delve into some of his most memorable linguistic blunders. Despite his presidency being described as enormously consensual, with not a single day where one wishes Hillary Clinton were in power, his accomplishments solidified the notion that America made the right choice. In a Twitter post, Trump announced the transferring of contracts, though we're quite confident he meant to say contacts, not contracts.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides. We will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his...
The previous leader of the country, who held the highest office in the land, appears to have struggled considerably with accurately spelling the past tense forms of various common words. Given the immense responsibilities and overwhelming demands of the position, this particular shortcoming is perhaps not entirely unexpected or surprising. The specific examples we have cited in our analysis merely scratch the surface of the problem. In reality, there are well over 50 such spelling errors and mistakes peppered throughout the official documents, speeches, and written communications attributed to the former president. The range of these errors spans from the relatively minor and inconsequential to the more significant and potentially consequential, yet they are all equally humiliating and reflective of a concerning lack of attention to detail and command of the English language. This unfortunate situation is not merely an embarrassment for the former president himself, but for the entire nation that he represented on the global stage. The ability to communicate effectively and accurately, especially at the highest levels of government, is a fundamental expectation of any leader. When this basic competency is called into question, it undermines public trust, projects an image of carelessness and incompetence, and opens the door to ridicule and criticism from both domestic and international observers. In the end, this widespread pattern of spelling errors, while seemingly innocuous on the surface, serves as a broader indictment of the former president's overall capabilities, attention to detail, and commitment to upholding the dignity and prestige of the office. It is a sobering reminder that even the most powerful individuals are not immune to basic human fallibilities, and that true leadership demands a mastery of both substance and form. Trump may be bad at disease control, immigration, domestic policy, and literally everything else, but when it comes to words, he truly is the best. Trump's peculiar behavior can sometimes be utterly comical, providing us with countless moments of pure amusement. For instance, during his presidency, the White House released a statement claiming that one of his objectives in Israel was to promote lasting peace in the region, a humorous slip-up. Another gem was when Trump described China's seizure of a U.S. Navy drone as an act without precedent instead of the correct term, precedent. Unsurprisingly, the internet erupted in laughter at this blunder. Trump later deleted the tweet and replaced it with the properly spelled version, but the damage had already been done, and the laughs had already been had.